Definitely, yes. So, most anticipated movie. I know the summer's already been going around, but most anticipated movie now left after because Spider-Man just came out yesterday. You
Yeah.
obviously got Dark Knight Rises. I know you're looking forward to Total Recall.
Yeah,
So
Total Recall, Dark Knight Rises for sure. Those are two huge ones.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of. There's something else coming out. It's not for a little while. Yeah, Batman looks ridiculous. I can't wait to see that. Obviously, I think everyone's been waiting forever to see that. Total Recall, the new trailer doesn't look as good. I am
You're
disappointed.
depressed.
Born Legacy could be cool, but that guy, he's just so short. I've seen too many things of him in real life, and he's so tiny, and I'm just picturing them cheating it the whole time, being like, oh, I bet he's standing on an orange box right now. I bet someone, like, just, I don't know.
You know what's kind of weird about that trailer, though? I always thought was that, I think at one point they say in the trailer, oh, Jason Bourne's in New York, so I'm thinking, like, is Matt Damon going to make a cameo or something? And you never see him in the trailer, you know what I mean? I think that's kind of weird. Like, why would they
I think they probably
that?
just show his picture.
But then you're like, oh, well, I want to see Jason Bourne again, then what happened to him, you know? And then, of course, then you get Jeremy Renner, who I think is decent, but...
No, he's a great actor. I just have trouble when he's in roles like this, where for sure the girl in Rachel Weasley is probably taller than him by like inches.
Topic. Well...
And then in the fall, obviously, Skyfall.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be amazing.
I think the camera shots for the trailer, I thought what was interesting about that was the camera shots, how they were, just how it was shot, like some of the shots were moving in different kinds of unique areas, kind of like Total Recall from that trailer, but I think it's interesting that I wanted to bring this up also. What is your favorite independent film that you've ever seen? Because you've mentioned, I know it's hard to pick a favorite movie, but you've seen some independent movies, I'm sure. Which one stands out always the most to you?
Well, I don't know if this counts, but the indie game movie was mind-blowing. That may have been the best I've ever seen. I've never been seen such a compelling movie. The entire movie just I was at a friend's house watching it. I actually watched it in 2 parts. We were only supposed to watch half an hour. I literally couldn't turn it off. We kept being, oh, okay, we should go. We're totally late. And literally we watched another 20 minutes trying to put our shoes on, putting our coat on.
But while you're doing that, you're in this trance.
Just unable to say, yeah, okay, let's go. It was ridiculous. So I mean, that's definitely up there. Memento was amazing as well.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if that will be counted as indie, really. But, and then, like, more foreign films, like Run Lola Run and stuff like that. But again, I don't know if that counts as indie.
Yeah, I could totally see that. I think what's interesting, though, is that I kind of wish that independent films were sometimes more looked at. I haven't gotten a chance to see the indie game yet. But I do hope to see that, because I know what you guys have said. I know, yeah. Because if you give a recommendation, I will see that. But what I think is interesting, though, is that what about, I always found it, maybe it's just my opinion, but independent films are always more interesting than being independent games. Is there any other independent game that you think is memorable that you've played?
Well, let's see. Journey was beautiful. Again, if you're ADD like me, probably not the game for you, but even I was able to look past my ADDness and enjoy it for its visually stunning appeal.
So there's that. Anything else?
Yeah. And all in Indie Phenomenal and Super Meat Boy, they're all ridiculous. I mean, they deserve the reviews they got there. Fantastic, and everyone should own all 3 of them, in my mind.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, let's see, what else have I got left here? Now, I know this is going to get a little personal. I know that you have been are you still a model? I'm sure you're still a model. What am I saying? And
I haven't modeled since high school. I helped one friend out with his company HSSE, Heterosexuals for Same-Sex Equality.
Yeah.
And I do a little bit of modeling for them. They had a calendar and a few other things, but no, I don't really model anymore. I have too much of a ghetto booty. I got tired of being told that I was fat.
Ghetto? Come on.
So ghetto.
Even for you. No, the only time I've seen you truly ghetto is in that Assassin's Creed review you guys did way back. That's the only time. You need to do better than that, Katherine. You need to do better.
Hilarious. Yeah, no, I've had people come up to me and say, "Girl, you know you got a black girl's booty." Like, someone has tried to pick me up with that before.
Well, hopefully he'll do better next time. So, but is it tough, like, okay, so you've sort of been a model. Is it, like, tough to deal? I guess this is a better question. Is it tough to deal with, or weird or pressuring kind of to deal with the people, especially on 3KB, who see you and are like, there's no way this girl plays video games. Like, how could she be that good looking because of the stereotypes? How do you deal with that kind of pressure? Because, let me tell you something right now. Unfortunately, I hate to say this, but to Mike and Jason, so don't tell them, because otherwise I'm going to break their hearts. I think without you, it would be probably something like, they'd be probably around 10,000 subscribers, because people would be like, your casual audience would be like, well, where's Kat? This is bull, because they always get mixed up with you. So how do you deal with those pressures?
I mean, I definitely, there's definitely been messages and whatnot saying, oh, there's no way Kat plays these games. I'm not, I don't know, overweight or something. I don't really know why I don't fit. And I don't know, when I was little, looked a lot like a Hanson brother. And I mean, I've never been popular or anything like that. So I think that's why I ended up heading more towards the nerd thing. I was a drama nerd in school. I was never one of the popular kids. So I mean, I think that's why I sort of break the mold for your typical girl gamer.
Yeah, it's like, because it's just so interesting how people can never cease to believe something or anything like that, or that any barriers can be broken. But, it's like I always tell them, it's not like you're one of the best, but you're not the first one. I've seen other ones who have come out and people have been in disbelief. So it just shocks me so much, and I feel like if I was in that position, it'd be tough to not sort of take advantage, because a lot of women unfortunately do that. I know, there have been ones who have advertised themselves because of that, but I think it's great that honestly you don't put that in front of everything else, and that's probably why I think you're so well liked, is because you're not, with all due respect to say Justine, I don't think, I think the reason you just put your opinions first before anything else. Like, sure, you'll do modeling, but it's not for the same cause. And I think that's why people like you so much. But,
yeah, well, I mean, I try never to really censor my opinion. The odd time, if my opinion is roughly, like, oh, no, not even. No, I always just try to give my true opinion, because that's why people tune in. I think that's part of why people like 3KB. We never say that every single game that comes out is amazing and that this is so good. We do shit shows, and we are harsh, and sometimes two of us love something and the other one doesn't, and I feel like that's okay, because then I feel like it sets us apart. It makes us feel like we're not just selling out,
If I did a shit show, my mother would probably ground me for the rest of the year, so I couldn't do it. As much as I want.
It does involve breaking things, so...
Well, I don't know what I break in here. Besides, I have way too many valuables. I have like a retro system in here. I have games in here. I can't break those things. You guys can break just about anything because you're given it. I unfortunately don't have a sponsor yet. So, what would I do? Cry on the set? Anyway, so one last question, Katherine. By the way, I'm thankful for you taking up your time. This was great that you did this. I know I couldn't find another single interview of you on YouTube, so I must have done something to convince you, oh, this person's worth it to interview.
No one's ever wanted to interview me. I am honored that you would want to interview me.
Well, I think they might after we're done, but so one last question, Kat. Where do you see yourself? I know you would love to be a Hollywood actress, but obviously I'm sure you're aware how risque a business this is. Where do you see yourself maybe 5-10 years down the line? Maybe let's say if 3KB is still around, is that your main source of entertainment, or what you're going to do in the future?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I would love to continue 3KB for a very long time. I love the show, and if we can get to a point where we're actually making decent money, I mean, even if we were making decent money, still between 3 people, it's still kind of rough. But I mean, if we could get to a level like, for instance, Phil DeFranco, for instance, that'd be amazing. I mean, we could all easily pay our rent, etc. with that. I would love to be still doing 3KB for sure. I mean, movies for sure will be part of my life forever. Video games, I definitely hope they are. I mean, I have enough game systems to make that happen. And but I mean, other than that, I have been getting into advertising a bit, so potentially working in that, similar to what Mike does, but instead of editing, doing the creative side. Or potentially I might be working in the backgrounds of commercials, which I'm starting to get into now. So you may be watching a commercial, I might have been in the background taking care of things.
Just be like, oh, you'll have this one center person, and then you'll have this little speck in the background you'll see for a second. Just be like, hi! Yeah,
so something in this industry for sure. I love this industry, being creative, and social media, and TV, film, all that. I love it. So I'll be in this industry for sure. It's just a matter of what I'll be doing exactly.
Well, you know, you might, it's going to sound shocking, but an 18-year-old might get you in luck, because I actually, I met over this last week as I was working, a man who is just a senior out of college who has done this kind of stuff with camera work in Hollywood, so he knows people. I'll contact him for you. How does that sound?
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
If he answers his phone. Anyway, so again, Katherine Jovey. This is Katherine Jovey, everybody, from 3 Kilobytes. Thank you so much, Kat. I'd love to bring you back onto the show soon. I know you're a busy person. But take care. I'll continue to watch your show. Kat's channel will be in the link in the description. Thank you so much again, Katherine.
No problem. Thanks.
All right, bye.
Bye.